Call roll, please.
Bachman?
Yes.
Jacobson?
Yes.
Sorry?
Here.
Jaden?
Yes.
Elizabeth Weltner?
Yes.
Charlie Weltner?
Present.
Minutes of the last meeting.
Move to accept.
Second.
All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Vouchers.
Motion to accept.
Second.
Call roll, please.
Jacobson?
Yes.
Sorry?
Yes.
Jaden?
Yes.
Elizabeth Weltner?
Yes.
Charlie Weltner?
Yes.
Bachman?
Yes.
Public input. Darrell?
I'm just curious when you guys are gonna work in the street there in front of my place on 4th Street, fix that up then.
Do we know what doing?
Do we have oil yet?
We don't have a way to get that next week.
That'll be, I saw that they went in there and, I don't think it was you that put some more gravel in there, thank you. But as soon as
It's
they're
been going on 3 years, it's getting kinda old.
I understand, I drive it every day
I know
too.
you.
So I think just as soon as we get the oil, that's why the holes haven't been patched either. I don't know, is there a delay on the oil or,
They weren't making it in the weather.
okay? All right, so when we get the oil next week, what's the plan of attack there? We got a meeting with these guys here to kind of get things in order, but we can discuss this now. So,
We'll get the holes filled. You're just gonna have to put gravel in. You can't stop rain and people driving over on gravel and not have potholes.
no, I
Can't
understand, and they spread from that, but
Oil wise,
these,
when we get the oil wise, we're gonna put a layer over the top of that,
okay. So are you gonna,
because you're still gonna get the settling on it.
okay, so we're gonna have 2 bumps essentially, or what's your plan? I mean, are you gonna put a mat over it, or?
No, chip seal, same with our road patch. We're
Okay.
gonna put a, kinda like a chip seal over the top.
Okay. And then when will it get repaired correctly? I mean, when will it be, you know?
Chip seal will be repaired correctly, but we'll just
When you
continue
put
to
a
add to
chip
it.
seal over
Add
it,
to
it's
it,
gonna be repaired.
like we have every other street.
But if it keeps settling,
Well, you guys did Relanto Street, how come you didn't come over there and run the asphalt paver over it then?
Darrell, we did that 2 years ago when you talked to Blaine to put asphalt over it.
settle.
Yeah, it did, it's 2 years later now.
We told you that it was gonna settle, and
Right.
it did do.
And it did.
We spent $1,500 to rip it out, repack it. You gotta take the time to get it right.
How long is time? 1 year, 3 years, 5 years,
When
10?
we put
It's just,
When we put a chip seal over it, it's gonna be just like asphalt on it.
So that's you're
You're gonna
gonna,
be just like if you drive down by the hospital, you get a pothole, you're gonna get a pothole. That's just the way the nature of roads are.
do you dig
It's
any,
bad on Juniper too.
do you dig any of that
Down
up?
by
Or you just
Spangler's.
put it
We
over it?
dug,
I mean, real
we took
before
the
you,
asphalt, we dug it down and repacked it.
right, I saw that, but when you do the chip seal, are you gonna take any of that?
Yes,
Yeah,
we'll
okay,
get it
all right.
level, we're not
Then
gonna
I
have a
think,
bump.
then I think it'll be,
try and see what happens. mean,
I think that'll be like, they're saying, that'll be the cure, and you might get a pothole, you might get some settling, but then you might, my understanding, then you'd come back and
Yeah.
put some more chip seal over it. Yeah, it wasn't packed is the problem, and it just kept settling.
Right, I understand that. It
Yeah.
should have been done right the first place. Ballmer should have done it right the first place he was there.
Yeah, well, I don't know who did it, but
Yeah.
yeah. But anyway, that's what's going on.
All right.
And that is, I talked to Dewey on the, that was gonna be one of the very first things we do, Darrell.
All right,
Okay?
I work.
What's the second one? Juniper, where I drive? The first one's where you drive, now Juniper's where I drive.
There's potholes all
They're
over.
really starting to.
They are, and they're getting bad, and
All right.
get water in them, and
Joanne, on behalf of the Chiswick Fest, I'm presuming?
Yes. Lisa helped me consolidate, so you only get to see my beautiful face once or twice this year. What we're here for this evening is to get our special event permit, which we have filed. We are also here to get a variance to your lovely security requirements, which I hope someday you'll fix. And if not, you'll get to see me for a while. And the second thing is new. You passed the golf cart ordinance right after the Chislik Festival last year, so we will need a variance to that. What we usually have for golf carts on the street is we have like 3 6-passenger golf carts, and we will use those to supplement the Turner County trams during the highest peak volume, and they will run like up and down Cedar Street or up and down 7th, supplementing the tram, picking people up to keep them off the streets. They're not gonna be a tremendous amount of vehicles running around town all day. It'll be just the supplementing the transport.
So in the past, concerning the
Security?
security thing, we've just given you a one-day variance on that, is that?
Yes, and what we'll do is we'll work with your chief of police and come up with a security proposal that meets his
Okay.
requirements.
Okay. So you need basically a resolution giving them a one-day.
A one-day variance
21st or whatever it is.
to work with your chief of
And-
police to come up with
And
a
a
solution.
one-day pass on the golf cart.
Yes.
So somebody can make a motion to that effect.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Did you get was it,
I got it.
second?
That's for is that motion for the actual special variance or special event permit, and then we'll go down and add the variances to the actual permit that they just got?
The variances are listed on the permit, so I would
Oh,
assume
you listed them? I can't read it because it's white.
Right.
Mine's white.
They're typed in.
Yeah, mine don't print out.
Variance
And since my husband is here with me this evening, I didn't blame the class of 1973 for your security
Sorry, I didn't put anything in there.
rules and regulations.
I see that, yeah. On his.
Joanne will probably be addressing that at a later date.
Hardly even black.
It's right
It's
there, I
there.
can see it, yeah.
Right there. Well, you got eagle eyes.
Look up farther.
Okay, do we have a first, do we have a motion and a second?
Yes,
Call roll.
sorry.
Yes.
Jaden.
Yes.
Elizabeth Waltner. Yes. Charlie Waltner.
Yes.
Blackman.
Yes.
Jacobson.
Yes.
Joanne, concerning security and so forth, we'll probably prefer to discuss that at a later date
Yes.
after this meeting.
Yeah, we'll talk with the chief of police and then get back with you to,
So then we need a special event, alcohol license for the South Dakota
Yes.
Chislik Festival.
and that is again one day.
Make a motion to approve.
Second. Jaden.
Yes.
Elizabeth Waltner. Yes. Charlie Waltner.
Yes.
Blackman.
Yes.
Jacobson.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Now, if there's something you have questions about, please don't hesitate to call me. I've already touched base with Charlie. I'll work with he and Dewey to make sure we've got the right things going for trash, and we'll work with your chief of police. Probably come back to your second meeting in July, just before the festival, to show you again the routes that the trams will take, so you know how the traffic's gonna flow, because we are gonna need you to put no parking signs on 7th Street again.
That sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joanne.
Did we do both of them? The
Yeah.
variances?
But not,
We gotta do rally. Variance.
one's
What
the
was that?
special event for
For Valiant.
Valiant Winery.
Then we would need another
Move to
motion for that
accept.
one.
Second.
Elizabeth Waltner. Yes. Charlie Waltner.
Yes.
Blackman.
Yes.
Jacobson.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Jaden.
Yes.
Second reading, ordinance 2024-02, supplemental budget.
Motion approved.
Second.
Call roll.
Charlie Waltner.
Yes.
Blackman. Jacobson.
Thank you, guys.
Sorry.
Thank you,
Yes.
people.
Thank you.
Jaden.
Yes.
Elizabeth Waltner. Yes.
Fishing at the golf course, problem out there. Golf course board, we've tried, we've talked about it for 2 years. We've tried, nobody wanted to broach the subject, and we're hoping it would go away. There's just too many people all the time fishing out there. We have children, we have adults, we have, I don't know who some of the people are. We've got people driving their own golf carts out there. We've had somebody hit by a golfer out there. It has become a liability. And we're just gonna have to post no fishing signs. I don't know any other way around it. We were hoping to, you know, it used to be just once in a while, and you'd kind of yell at them a little bit and get them where they're supposed to be, but it's just like all the time now. And people we don't know. Unfortunately, somebody put fish in there and they're doing quite well, and the Arboretum, I think, is sans fish. I don't think they had, whatever. Problem is, it's a huge liability. If the gentleman that got hit, you know, we don't want him coming back on us. And so I'm entertaining, I think it'd be best if there'd be a resolution posting no fishing out at the Valley View is what I'm looking for, just stop. I don't know any other way to stop the problem.
Is that just the ponds between 5 and 6 there, or is it Spitzberger also?
This is the big lake,
It's all on the golf course though, and it's all part of the golf course.
Yeah, that's the one right
It'd
in the
be-
middle of the golf course.
The idea is on the northeast corner of the parking lot, the last post, there'll be a no fishing sign. Also on the pump house, put one there. We were hoping, honestly, to stay between the pump house and the tree where, you know, out of the way. They're all over. They're all over in front of 6 tee box, and they're just in harm's way, and you cannot always see them. And like I said, somebody did got hit, and you know, and so it's just unless you.
That is quite deep in there too, so if they fell in, I mean, that would be.
Well, if somebody get hit and fall in, you don't see him if he's alone. Yeah, I mean,
That's why there's fish in there, because it's so deep and
it's
keeps
the
pumping.
lake is now full, and I mean it goes. It's straight down. So, to get rid of the city's liability, I just don't. I cannot think of another way. I've talked to golf course board members. I think I talked to Charlie.
What's the
Think of a better way, another way to get out, but I don't know.
What's the golf board's recommendation? Is it, post it?
Actually, you know, I talked to a couple golf course board meeting. We're golf course board members about this, but I don't really care what the golf course board feels, because they're not going to get sued. The city's going to get sued.
Sure.
It's our responsibility. And it's just, I just think it's, Rory would tell you the same thing. And we can't be out there monitoring, so.
Yeah.
I know, but people coming out there that they think it's a park. And they just don't even comprehend what's, it's all, I hate to take it away from the people, but it's.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't say I've ever seen anybody else fishing on a golf course.
Yeah. I can't say
What's that, Elizabeth? I'm
I
sorry.
said I can't say I've
either.
ever seen anybody else fishing at a golf course, pond, any
Alligators.
place I've been. I
Yeah.
think that would be kind of hard to control who's actually on the course doing what, but.
Yeah, guess,
I didn't know you could fish out there. So.
I didn't either. I didn't either.
It wasn't
I
saying
have
that
no
you
problem putting
couldn't,
no
so.
fishing signs up out there. I don't think that's a place for fishing with the golf course going on, so.
So that's a motion?
Sure. I'll take the bullet.
Second.
Lonnie seconded.
Yes.
Bachman?
Yes.
Jacobson?
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Jaden?
Yes.
Elizabeth Waltner? Yes. Charlie Waltner?
Yes.
Now there'll be enough for Rory to go to Friday fish
Thank you,
tracks,
Daryl.
huh?
Fish in there.
Community center.
we're kind of ready to
You
move
feel,
forward
you
with
can
the.
further your popularity, Charlie.
He's off of it.
I'm not on it anymore.
Jumped off the ship. I think we're ready to kind of adapt a policy. I think that the plan is still to set a date where we time out all of the codes and have everybody re-up and acknowledge the policy, get the information about it, and sign up for the next year.
I wonder if we don't, the website, the app that you guys have for scheduling out, do you have to be invited to be a part of that
Skip on
app?
down.
Or can just anybody be a part of it?
You have to have the code, but
Because anybody who would come in to sign a liability waiver, would they be able to download that app so they know when they can and cannot be?
yeah. I think that maybe it'd just be better for us to set some times.
Set.
and-
I know, but
yeah.
there's times like on weekends where nobody's in, it's not
Right.
used.
Right, which would be kind of the open, first come, first serve
Yeah,
stuff,
okay.
yeah. I didn't,
But we'd still have a time frame like from 7 till 9 in the morning. That would be for walkers.
Yeah, we still have to come up with a time frame for that
yeah.
But, yeah,
and talk to the pickleball team.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I suppose, the other thing would be, I suppose, basketball, when that season starts, one time after school, I'm assuming after school is a time that they kind of want to use the court too, so. Maybe a coordination then between that and the pickleball.
Usually it's elementary kids and it's evenings.
Not after school.
6 o'clock usually.
Yeah.
Because it's a parent that's coaching that's got to come home.
So then you could say then from like 4:30 to 6 o'clock would be walkers again in the evening for the people that get off work and could go for a little bit, and then they can walk any time as far as that goes, but at least those would be a safe time.
Right.
Yeah. So looking at blocking out on the schedule, I didn't get a chance. Lisa, do you know, not gonna get anywhere on the website calendar? Yeah. So, still in the process of calendaring it.
So they schedule it, or you're gonna automatically block off for walkers, block off for pickle?
I think we're gonna try to
waffle,
get
tennis, whatever.
kind of like typical times, or really common use times
Right.
where they're sort of scheduled.
Not scheduled, okay.
I think it'd be
And
just
then
block it.
otherwise kind of having opportunity for everyone to see a schedule and
Yep.
have it come from a city controlled site maybe.
Sure, absolutely, no, absolutely.
We
absolutely.
can coordinate all of the groups together.
Yep, and that group would just have to coordinate that we have to be here at this time, at that time.
To guarantee
Between,
like
yeah.
all of the space,
Yeah.
otherwise it'd be shared
just not-
space.
Sure,
And it'd just be weekdays that
Yeah.
we're blocking off times for that, because weekends is,
it's, who knows?
if it's blocked off for a wedding, they get it for 3 days or whatever they pay for it, so you
Right.
can't tell them, well, you gotta let walkers be in there, so
Yep.
I think it's more of a Monday through Friday block schedule.
No, it's good.
Well, the problem is an event's gonna knock
Everybody out.
anybody out.
Right.
If it's a paid event, it gets knocked out, and it also sometimes gets cleaned a day before the event, so it's blocked off that day already too.
Sure.
It's just the way it's gonna be.
I know, but the trouble we're gonna have is letting everybody know, and people are gonna get upset, well, I showed up and I didn't know it was blocked off this day, so how,
Well, those days are already posted. The paid event days are blacked off on the
On the calendar
calendar,
there.
on the door.
but they have to show up there to see that.
Right.
Right.
And we usually try to give that, a lot of those usually are way in advance, but,
Yeah. Okay.
and our basketball teams have always called us and asked if there's an event. They don't just show up usually.
No.
I've never had anybody just show up. They call ahead and just to see, but we don't know anymore because we don't know what's there.
It's in the best interest.
Do you want this in resolution
Or we
form,
actually get a
you want to just develop a policy?
I don't know.
You want a resolution on this, or?
I don't know.
Is it finished? I mean,
I made
I
the
don't know.
changes you told me to make last time.
yeah,
Yeah.
I would say go with it.
It's up
It's
to
up to you.
I don't
You
know.
have to accept it as a resolution?
But then anytime if we need to change something, if another rule comes up, then we have to go through multiple meetings to change it.
No, you only have to do a resolution, you can do in one meeting.
Oh, you can?
Yeah. That's why you'd want to.
It's not an ordinance, it's just a
Oh,
motion.
okay.
A resolution is just a
Just a
motion.
motion to accept.
I would say we just treat it as a resolution, because if we do change it, it should be, the council should all know about it.
Okay.
This part here, I think.
Right.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
what you need a resolution for. I don't think that first, I mean,
Policies,
policy could be changed.
I'll make a motion to
Wouldn't you
accept
say,
the
Terry?
Freeman Community Center
Back
policies.
half, the second page
Yeah.
is what you probably want in this edition.
Second.
Otherwise, you don't have it on the books. And
They're not-
a year from now, you forget
All in
what you
favor?
said.
aye.
Thank you.
Who's running the meeting here?
Cool. We have
So
nobody.
calendar to be determined when we find a good technical application
So
to use to
do
manage it.
you want a motion to start using this? Or what are we doing?
should set a date.
Or you wanna do
We
this-
talked about July as a lot of
Start using this form?
The
Waiver.
hourly waiver.
That we want everybody to sign it by a specific time, so like set a time out.
To give them time to come in and,
Where we
so you
would-
don't lock them out.
Yeah, so maybe July
Give a
1st.
grievance time until July 1st.
Mhm.
And then people come in and
There was
get
a
their new
motion.
codes or whatever.
In.
I don't know who that was.
Yeah.
Right.
So then the goal would be people can come in and sign that any time and get a new code, but whatever their old, right? That's how the
They'll
system
keep their
works.
old code.
And hope
Oh,
They'll keep their old code, but we'll just
they
have
got
to have them
fill out the waiver and stuff.
waiver, and then we'll release it. But she can lock out anybody with the code they have, and then we just, rather than have people, if they've got a code they memorize, why make them change the
Yeah.
code?
Right. And then hopefully by July 1st, we'll have some blocked out dates and be able to
yes.
give that to them as they come in and sign the waiver, saying these are the times blocked out.
Giants, or hopefully find like, put it to the website or whatever that we can update faster.
Potentially for.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Okay, so we're waiting with this?
Effective, can you just say effective July 1st?
So are you gonna, do you decide you wanna charge a fee or not charge? I mean,
I
are
don't
you?
think so right now.
Okay. Because that was gonna be the trigger to get them
I mean,
in
that's-
here to, they pay the fee and then sign the waiver, and, I mean, it would all,
What are you saying, like,
$10
$10
a year.
bucks a year, or?
For a year.
It would help defray
Exactly. We've got more bookwork we're gonna have, and I,
cleaning and all that.
exactly. It's not gonna help. I mean, it's gonna be like the fools, but I don't think, at least it's helping something.
So does the policy need to change then? That says free for free?
you're right. It does say.
Oh, you missed a typo in there.
All right?
Just have to cross
Yeah,
out
right,
three.
well, maybe table that.
Next
Or
time.
what, can we amend?
Okay. Well,
You can make a motion to amend your motion to change it to what you want.
yep.
Do that.
If you want to get the price in there, I mean, that's what you
Let's
got
just
to
do
do.
that.
Okay. What did you guys say? 10, 20?
Well, Didn't we discuss $10 last time?
And
Yeah.
That's
I mean-
what school charges.
we'll
Yeah.
see. We can always go up if we need to, but at this point, we'll start, it's going from 0 to 10. That's not too
Yeah, I was gonna say,
giant.
it's
It's not a
10
giant.
$10 more than we were.
Well, it's not even the point of the money, the point
It's,
is control.
they have to acknowledge of this.
Like I said, that's basically gonna cover the bookwork just for that inside the office. That's about all of that covers.
So we need a motion to amend the original policy from free to $10 a year
Yes.
and accept the waiver
Starting July 1st.
July 1st.
And the intention is that it's $10 a code and the family can use the code.
Is there a second?
Okay.
Second.
But the problem, okay, I'm gonna just bring something else up. I have no problem with the family, it being one fee for the family. I believe everybody in the family should sign the waiver.
Whoever's in there.
If you're using that code to go in there, and that's the problem with having the family be the code, we don't know who's in there. So then I'm calling the family to say, okay, you let somebody in, you gave somebody your code, and, well, I didn't sign that waiver.
Yeah.
If you're gonna have a waiver, everybody that would have access to that code needs to sign the waiver. I mean, I can add more lines on the waiver to put family members or
And the
something.
names, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
To where that whoever's signing this acknowledges responsibility for the names that
Or that.
Like, yeah.
they, that'd be better.
Yeah,
Okay,
I was thinking of that too.
okay, I can measure that.
Yes.
Like your family golf membership,
Right.
same thing.
Okay, Jacobson,
Yes.
sorry,
Yes.
Jaden,
Yes.
Elizabeth Waltner,
Yes.
Charlie Waltner.
Yes.
Bachman.
Yes.
Oh, no, I'm not ready for this. Go ahead, I'll find it.
Pool.
Ashland just doesn't want to work 7 days a week. She wants to have a co-manager to be able to fill in when she
wrong with your
needs a
daughter?
day off or whatever. So she
Well,
was looking for somebody to help out.
No, she
the
definitely
reason I
needs
just
somebody.
sent it over here is because it's your daughter that's gonna.
Yeah.
but,
Aaron's.
It's actually,
You want Aaron to look at it
Yeah.
since he's on that committee?
Zenobia Butler,
I'm trying to find it.
and she's looking to be co-manager,
Who?
so I need him.
Zenobia Butler. She just graduated this year. She lives in Marion, but she open enrolls to Freeman, or did open enroll.
In Freeman or Academy?
Freeman Public.
Public?
Yeah.
Okay, I knew she was here, I didn't know which. Okay. All right,
So, yeah.
so I'm looking to,
What was the rate?
$14.50,
So moved to hire Sylvia.
Butler.
Zenovia.
Second.
After rate you just said was 14.
$14.50. Sorry,
Yes.
Jaden,
Yes.
Elizabeth Waltner,
Yes.
Charlie Waltner,
Yes.
Bachman,
Yes.
Jacobson.
Yes.
Okay, committee reports. Maybe next time we'll list each committee, but this time, streets, do you have anything? How are we doing on what we're gonna be doing this year, or?
We're gonna set up a meeting here with the crew, and go over what needs to be done. Dewey's got a list. I think it's just waiting for product at this time. I think the equipment is ready.
Yep, we're gonna start chips or pothole on Wednesday.
Okay.
And oil Tuesday.
So how do you get the oil? And I mean,
Go to
is it,
Sioux City,
and what do we, I mean,
we got a
5-gallon
100 gallon tank or a 150 gallon tank.
and then you mix that with quarts? I mean,
This is hot, and then we plug it in to keep it warm,
okay,
and we dump it in the road patch or what we need. I think that holds 15 gallons.
and that'll be enough for, I mean, that won't be enough to do the whole town, obviously.
We're gonna get all the holes we have right now with it.
Okay, good.
You use very little oil, you use more rock than you use oil.
Sure. Okay,
Oil's just a sticker together with the rock.
yeah. Yeah, no, I think everything, the equipment's in good shape. We got our summer hire, so the mowing out at Westward.
Is the Batwing,
We're
Yep.
putting that on tomorrow or Friday.
is that was missing a part, or is that what I understood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever you call them.
What all committees are you wanting to report to this?
Pardon?
What all committee reports are you wanting? Because not every committee's gonna have a report.
Yeah.
You know, like government buildings.
Next meeting, I'm gonna list them.
So,
You
when
know.
you mentioned that, I had talked to Dewey and Wade about it, and I'll talk to Tom. Dewey's here at every meeting, so he can give streets update every meeting if that's what we want. I would like to see Wade and Tom come in one meeting a month, not on the same night, and give a report on their given job. Respective position.
I have no problem with that, Terry. What I'm trying to force is my councilman to meet
Right.
with them.
Oh, yeah.
And
That's, yeah.
and we just put committee reports. Next week, no, excuse me, the next meeting, we will list what committee reports, which committees would be on.
Okay. I just thought if they would come in, that would give everybody an opportunity to question instead of just one councilman. Then they're asking me questions and I don't necessarily have those answers.
Some of it's going to be over your pay grade, I'm going to guess. Over all our pay grade. Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. But so they know, so you would know in advance.
Yeah.
I'll try to do it so we do the same thing. You know, first meeting, you can expect this. Second meeting, these are the committees, I would imagine. I guess we just get started. We're going to try something a little different here. So, sewer, Lonnie.
Yeah, we met with that, I can't remember his name. And as you see this little drawing in front of you, well, little history. Back in 2016, they changed the aeration system in our receiving lagoon. And it, bottom line, sucks. It does not work as well as our old system. So it's not getting everything broken down. It's being transferred into our other lagoons. It's holding up in the corners. And the reason it smells so bad is because we don't have enough air into the water or the sludge or, the sewage. BOD's biochemical oxygen demand. We have too much, so the little buggies can't eat. There's no oxygen for them to help do their thing, right? So this is the cheap version that they're going to make themselves out of PVC. One per the two ponds, and well, it's cheaper than what's going to be next year. Okay, and the pump will be out there. What it does is it sucks the sewer out of the lagoons and puts it through this thing. Does not go in the water. It's like a cannon, and it just shoots. It sucks in the air, goes into this PVC. But ours is 4-inch, right? Correct. It goes into, that's, I don't know, he said 18 inches, then it cuts down, so ours would cut down to 2, and then it's sucking in the air and that, and it goes back out to 4, and then you see the 2 areas here that shoots us back out.
High and low pressures.
That's gonna add some water. Now, Wade's gonna check on what kind of bugs we're gonna have to add to the system out there. And they have to do, at some point this summer, they're going to have to do a survey of how much sludge is actually in the bottom of both of those ponds, because that will determine the type of bugs we actually put in there. And how many. And how many, because there's different bugs for everything. And then also tasked with getting prices on solar-powered aerator system for both of those ponds. The companies are, well, both guys are out of North Dakota, but the one company's stationed in North Dakota, and the other one's a salesman out of North Dakota. They both, what it is it's solar powered, and it just, 2 per pond will run and start putting water, just aerating it. And then he suggested being on cables so that, because they got to move, you just can't leave it sit in one spot. They got to move out there, and it'd take 2 per pond. And we'll have to get it in the budget, because there's no way we got it in the budget this year. But it's I don't know what it's going to cost. I don't really want to say, but it's going to be close to 6, if not 6 digits. And then after that's all done, I think we need to make a plan on fixing that aeration system in the intake pond. Because
right now, we can't get enough oxygen into our primaries. So if you go out there, the water looks heavy. We get no
it looks like pink.
It's pink. One's pink, which is really sick. The bugs eat all that stuff. Then you get the algae in there. The algae starts pulling the oxygen, and the bugs will, like he said, that Terry laughed, is like a Happy Meal. And they start eating a little bit more, and it knocks everything down. Right now, we're not getting any of it because we can't get enough oxygen out of our.
So you're gonna,
and that's causing the smell.
Sure.
You got to stir it up. for the bugs to feed.
Sure.
Basically, it's like feeding fish, right? Fish eat food as it floats around in the water.
Right, they gotta have oxygen to do it. So right now,
Eat
it's
same
not
way, they're
enough
not gonna eat
oxygen.
it off the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happens is that it turns over, and then that's when all of our smell comes, because so
Right.
much of it is settled to the bottom.
Bottom.
You're always gonna have that smell in the spring,
A little bit, yeah.
no matter how healthy your system is, because you get the turnover. It's just only going to be a week and a half, 2 weeks versus all summer.
We get more out of the aeration pond because we're not getting enough oxygen, so the smell is worse.
Sure.
And then
And that's with the new aeration that we just did, right?
well, we just fixed that.
Yeah.
That they put in 2016.
Yeah.
And it took, you can tell, because we were good up until probably, 3-4 years ago, it started thinking a little worse. It took that long for that system to clog up everything down the chain. And it's not a good system.
Sure.
In 1 month, we're gonna have him come down here and he's gonna give a good demonstration of our whole pond system. We had him out here last Monday before these guys even had it. And we come up over our pond and it was pink. And right away, your ponds are sick. We've been calling the last 2 years the rural waters. Well, we got scum over the top, so we're just trying to push water just to mix it up.
Yeah.
So unfortunately for the citizens watching, there is no quick fix.
But this will help.
That'll help.
Is this temporary then? and
That's
gets
a temporary thing.
Replaced?
Well, temporary,
Once we get everything fixed,
once we get the other ones, but if we don't do the other ones, depending on the price, they could be permanent. But that's a lot of gas for that chopper pump out there, and a lot of wear and tear on the chopper pump to be
Right.
doing the job it's got to be
Exactly.
doing, so.
Exactly.
How much use?
That bugs could be doing.
Right. At
Interesting.
least as a start, you get something going.
It was pretty interesting.
It's a science.
We come down and start talking about a lot of the stuff going on. Well, a lot of stuff I brought in here, which I really knew something was wrong. Really didn't spend that much time, because Cody spent that kind of saying the same thing to me and seeing it. When he explained it, yeah, now you can tell what's going on. Because I brought up the irrigation quite a few years for the last year. Something isn't right there. And 90% of it is we're not getting enough oxygen in there to get the bugs, and we're overloaded.
Sure. Yeah, it makes sense.
Terry, I'm gonna call Howard. Howard's got one of these solar and take him down there and we're gonna look at what that is.
He also said that there is some chemical to help
Yeah.
reduce the smell also, and he said, but you need to get your bug thing under control first, and then someone can come and tell you, and it won't be nearly as expensive to put a little bit of chemical
And
in
you
there.
gotta watch out what they sell you.
Right,
They're gonna sell
right.
you probably more than what you need.
Sure, of course.
He also gave us a name of a company in Iowa for slip lining.
Yeah.
So these guys are gonna call and see if we can't get someone to come and start doing some slip lining.
But you're not gonna solve the whole problem
No.
with chemical. You don't want to.
No,
You
no,
don't
that's
want
what,
to.
no, that's why we're
They will
looking.
try to.
That's why this is
This
the
is
fix for the
easy
summer,
fix.
for this summer, this is the easy
Yeah.
fix that we can do now.
See where we're at.
And then if we can budget the money, if it's not way out of our budget for
Yeah.
the solar power.
great.
We might have to do a pond a
Great.
year or something.
Right, but
Let's get
just,
started on it.
we're getting started. You know,
Perfect.
you're not gonna fix it, Rome wasn't built in a day, so.
Perfect.
This is
But we
gonna
gotta
help
start
a lot.
somewhere.
This is gonna
Right.
shoot a lot of water out. We got a big pump here and it's gonna turn it over. It's gonna get air in there and then figure out, like he said, he gave us 3 chemical places. We don't deal with Hawkins. We deal with Team, and there's another one to kind of come out and start getting, and we might have to overload it with bugs to start with, but they can give us a point of where we need to start with, just to get that ponds healthy.
Yeah.
And it's hard for me to believe with all the rain we got, now we got all the water coming in there. Usually that helps the ponds, lightens them up, and the wind can take it and get the algae. It doesn't even move in ponds.
Really?
We were out there 30-mile-an-hour winds and it was straight flat.
That's usually
So
white cats.
thick.
Yeah.
And yeah, and our discharge has got white caps on.
Anything else on sewer, Lonnie? concerns?
I'll talk to, about the irrigation thing again. We asked him about it, and we have to get a different permit, but it's not as critical as the one we have to let water in the, because our water ends up in the Jim River. And the state, he says the state really likes it when farmers do that, because then that water doesn't get into the fishery waters. So, but there's, we are the ones in charge of the water, so we have to decide when it's gonna be released, when it's not gonna be released, and that might not coincide with irrigation. He's got a test for salt, we don't worry about that. So it's probably years down the road before that's all figured out.
Crazy.
And zoning, nothing, and liquor, nothing. Well, they paid their bill, liquor, we got our $1,000 to go into the making Freeman beautiful again, whatever the.
Promoting the city.
Promoting the city.
Okay.
And you're in the water department, and I know your first full meeting here, but, and maybe you've snooped around or what, but I have 3 areas of concern of the water. Not concern is maybe too strong a word. One is where we're at with water meters, and one is with GPS. And was that who was in here today? Who was in here?
That was our water meter and
Okay.
power and stuff.
And then financially, where you're at. So you're gonna need probably sometime come in and sit down with Edelman, see where you're at financially. Okay? Do you have anything to expound
Nope,
as far as water?
Started with the GPS part, Tommy, and where you going out there and started on that. Hopefully right now pool's got a day and then we want to do patching and we're going to start with going around and doing our lead and copper with the meters.
So what are you GPS, and just the water shut-offs for now?
We are, them guys GPS the sewer, the water shut-offs, manholes, water hydrants.
Okay, so you're doing more than just water.
We're doing pretty much everything we can go out.
Westwood's all done.
Is that going all right?
Yeah.
Good.
Took a little while to get it going. Had to call
So
the
there's
guy
some
up.
training or something there you guys have to go through to make that work, whatever, right?
Pretty amazing how many satellites you got up there and how many satellites will not connect to it.
Well, you have the solar
Yep.
flares, we were screwing with it too, so.
But once it went going, they went right down through it.
Takes a little bit to get it started, but once you get it, yeah.
But,
So what are you getting, 9 or
so
13?
those are the things, on my behalf, there might be others, but to
More than that.
get you up to speed on the water department and so forth, all right?
22?
I only get about 13.
Refused. You. What? No. We own that truck now 4 years, the garbage truck.
Yep.
So we're not gonna buy one tomorrow. And if we did buy one tomorrow, we wouldn't get it on Thursday.
We were on a 6 to 7 year.
I do wanna keep it, I'm not saying, I'm saying, we ran it, what, 6 years last year? Last truck was 6 years?
7 the last one.
But the end was costing us some pretty good money.
Yeah.
And cost us a lot because we couldn't get the maintenance on it. This one here has been, sanitation's been super with our maintenance. We had problems Friday. You could get a hold of somebody and they could explain to you how to fix it.
I think you should personally, I think you should start working on it. 'Cause
Yeah.
Yep.
We've had that thing in the shop several times since the first of the year.
Yeah.
And it's just gonna get
And
worse.
there's a lot of moving parts on
And
it.
this is the first time we've had this style.
My point is, we're not gonna, but we don't even know what a
But
new
he
one
starts
costs.
now, and-
No.
and
Yeah,
So
I like the
we need to
answer.
find out what a new one costs, where are we at in our, how much is in that saving, are we on our monthly charges online to cover what a new one costs and so forth? And I guess that's all I'm saying, I'm thinking about it now rather than, and then, we're done.
Seems like the last
I hate to-
2 that we bought, it takes about a 2-year.
Right. So if you start at
Start-
5, we're
yeah.
at 7 now.
Seems like the first year to get all the numbers down, the second year to get exactly what we want in order.
So we need to contact representatives.
Was it 2?
Yeah, I'll get a
We
hold
didn't
of
get the
Ben.
chassis, that's what cut down the time.
Was gonna ask him Friday, but I was more worried about getting the thing
No, that's fine.
running
I
than,
can't remember if it was 2 or 3.
Make sure Tom's involved. with
Yep.
it, So that way.
he's big time. I've had him do all the calling, kinda ask me and kinda giving him the numbers and,
I talked to him this morning, he kind of explained what did, and I was pleased about that.
and he's getting to know it really good. They've
Yep.
got him through that panel now that he can pop up and start reading and getting to where the problem's at.
You know,
That's one nice thing, the sanitation's been very, very good at that. Now they're on 4 days a week, so Fridays they're off, which
for us.
hurts us, we got a garbage route. But they have a call number and can talk to a guy just like you can at sanitation, and he'll walk you right through everything.
So, I mean, I guess it's something I've thought about the last couple of months, and when I saw the bill, I know we got it, what, 4 years ago about, this is,
Right before you came on.
so, yeah, I think,
You know, for us, it's a lot nicer to come here and get to talk to you guys.
I hope you don't think I
No,
want to talk to
I
you.
love it because we get to talk to you, otherwise we see one or two of you here, to us to know, we gotta deal with you guys, and it's nice that you guys know what's going on.
And that's why I said, my expectation isn't for you guys to come to every meeting, but at least one meeting a
Yep.
month.
Yeah,
So that way, everybody here can ask questions, and it's just not me coming in here or Lonnie coming in here and talking about something, then Elizabeth has a question, what, we don't know. You know, we need you guys here to answer those questions. So that's, to me, a true committee report is the person who's in charge of whatever
that's right.
department that we're discussing should have to come in at least once a month to give a department report. Really, it's a department report is what it should be. But
Because I agreed, because he brought up the cold shoulders on the tires. Well, I don't know what cold shoulders are. And I asked Tom, the only reason he went with these, because he gets better grip in the mud when he's in the landfill. Only reason that, yes, the other ones are great highway. Half of my time I'm in the mud, and these tires are a lot better. Didn't know that either. I have you and Charlie that always told me, and you now that always told me about tires. But that's why, and they went to the open shoulders.
Okay, Terry? As far as that's, as far as the golf course, we were gonna meet last night, the golf course board, but we don't have all the numbers yet, so they're meeting June 3rd. They're planning on meeting June 3rd, so we can have some idea of what's going on out there financially. Indoors, there hasn't been much outdoors, but so give you a report on that. As far as the pool goes, Dewey, Charlie?
It's full.
It's full, it's running. We've got couple little small issues that we gotta take care of, but she's full and filters are all working and,
Still online open next week?
what's that?
They're
Yeah,
still
oh
online
yeah.
open next week?
Man, it's gonna be cold. And little booger's gonna be blue when they pop out of there.
Those diehards
My
will be
daughter out
there.
there, I'm sure.
They'll be blue up and shivering. but-
We got, just like I said 2 weeks ago, that we're gonna have to figure out, we need some valve issues
Yeah.
in there to figure out where our line comes in at to get a shut off, so we can shut the water off to that pool come winter time. Because we had a lot of things freeze this year because the valve didn't hold.
So you have to go down and put it
Yeah.
out.
That's a end of season change though.
Hopefully through the summer here,
Into
it's
the
right out by the sidewalk somewhere to find out where it
Dig a
is.
hole and-
we just bought a liner for that pool, how long?
Oh, boy.
3 years ago,
What's that?
liner?
It was pre-COVID, I'm pretty sure. 19? We should be fine for a while on the liner.
Well, the first one didn't last very long, and then.
Oh, yeah.
No, that
They lasted
lasts
really
way
long.
longer.
The first one, okay,
We've had good luck with the liners.
there was one.
Yeah, they actually told us the first one would be the last one.
Yeah.
Our pool wouldn't make it anymore, and we'd
There was one that
outrun
had
that.
leaks though. Wasn't there one that had leaks?
Well, we had trouble because when we had to change the drainage because they weren't compliant.
Oh, that's right,
And ever since then, they never put the drainage in, messed it up.
Yeah, that's right.
They didn't cement enough and not enough cement, and then we had holes like this where the
Like water
water,
going down.
So that's when we lost.
which
prior to
every
that.
2 years, we gotta rip all that out and re-epoxy it, and
Is there any plan on the tennis courts?
Nothing on hand right now. It's something we should look at.
And we've been putting that off for decades. They're used a lot more than I would suspect.
They are.
Well, if we did, then we'd also make them so they have probably pickleball lines in it too, so could be dual use.
Yes.
That's a special compound, isn't it? That.
Yeah, well, good tennis court is, yeah. Some will pour concrete, but that makes it for a faster play. This is more like a track. Softer, it's probably easier on your feet and stuff. So. Yeah, it's a project we should look, because there are grants that would help cover the cost.
I know I've gotten a lot of questions about putting lines on the pickleball lines on the tennis court.
Problem is the courts are bad.
Yeah, but does it matter?
Is there in bad shape?
Well,
No.
people use it.
No, the lines won't
show
be a
where to
problem.
go, right?
At one point, there were lines. I don't know if they're still on there, because I think Bill Walton had
The
put
tennis
them on.
lines?
No,
No,
the
the pickleball.
pickleball.
I don't think they're there very well anymore.
I'm
It was
guessing it's
just
probably,
tape that was all they put down.
Yeah.
it's a question what we do, because we could reseal it, and then they'd repaint it, and then be painted in, but
Yeah.
I guess we should take a look at what we want to do in the long term, too.
Okay, on Wednesday, I believe it was Blaine, myself, Mike Fink, Mrs. Edelman, and Joel Johnson was here. We discussed with him. We asked him that anything that he sends out will not be, it's not to be in international code. I mean, it's basically Title 4 and Title 6 of the ordinance book. So he went through this stuff again, and he redid it, and if there is an infraction, it is all based on our ordinances and so forth. So that was taken care of. I went to Mike on, whatever, took care of it, and that's what Fink wants. So that was taken care of. Anybody else, Dewey, do you have something to add?
nope, our truck's gonna go to Riverside Hydraulics in Yankton to get the hydraulic fixed. They said they would take the cylinder off for us. But they were just a month behind. They just said, bring the truck down, we'll try to get to it.
And which truck is that again?
T18.
Okay.
Oh, the dump sign is down. The big one.
Big one?
Yeah, that needs to be up, because they'll, when they come to inspect, if you don't
Well,
have
the
it
wind
up,
took
you
it
don't
down
like that.
today.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, we should figure a way to get that more. I think their posts aren't
We
in
tried,
there.
Daryl come out with this post hole digger and we hit hard stuff there, so I don't know if we
Well,
gotta
I'm sure
backhoe that
that's
down.
probably all cement.
I think we'll have to backhoe and.
Because when we put the power in there, we had to bring the backhoe out when we got to where.
Can you put it on the fence part? Just put it lower? Doesn't have to be. Put it on the side of the building, put it on the fence part?
It's too big for the building.
Yeah, it's way too big for the building.
We'll sail on that building, see if we can.
Right, yeah.
We've already put it all once or twice.
You already lost the one.
Twice.
Oh, you got anything?
No. How's the education going?
Did you ask me?
Good.
Spraying, she had on Facebook that we're gonna try doing that every Monday.
What's that?
Spraying,
Oh,
weather permitting, we'll probably try to do it Thursday.
Some
Now it's
things I
supposed to
haven't
be
forgotten, I'm just not.
We're
sunny
gonna
and
battle them this year for now. We had 2 years there, it was kind of quiet.
Supposed to be breezy Thursday.
they're out.
see what tomorrow
And
brings.
this rain will just make it worse.
They're out, that's for sure.
Wade, you got something?
No.
You don't want to complain about Dewey? Just not in public? You turn the cameras off and you got.
leave
All
the
right,
phone down.
anybody else? Nothing else?
Just one.
Just remind everybody that the library is starting the summer reading program soon. I believe it is June 18th. Let me give you the date. June 10th. With the kickoff on June 13th. So, looks like fun.
If there's nothing else,
Well, we planted trees on Friday. Tree City
I'll be
worked on the
busy. I'll be
grant.
busy.
And we planted about 35
Oh, you
trees,
did.
including the Arbor Day tree. We finally got that in the ground since it was,
Did you say the proclamation again?
I did not say it again. I just said it to the second graders on Arbor Day. So. But some of the Lions helped us put them in the ground, and
Looks
it
like
was,
we could replace another one.
yeah, fortunately, it's not the one we need to have taken down, but
Looks like a beautiful tree.
Yeah.
yeah, the one that should have gone down didn't, of course, so. But we were gonna have to work out to make sure that they get watered, so I'll have to kind of work with the guys to have a watering schedule, so we keep those going that we planted. So that's gonna be pretty important. But right now was a great time because we got good rains on them.
Do you have those like tree bags for watering?
We've had done some of those.
Yeah. And make life a lot easier.
Everybody, have anything else? If not, next meeting's June 4th, 6:30. We need to go into executive session.
Move to go into executive session pursuant to South Dakota Codified Law 1-25-2 (1) personnel.
Second.
All those in favor, aye?
Aye.